Previously on Chosen Ones, our Sparks continue their journey through the keep with Nather as their guide, being led to the Olden Tree where they receive a token that holds a fortune for their future. On their way out of the keep, they are approached by a black goat that tells them to leave or be killed. After this encounter, Libris rushes to the group, and with the help of Nather quickly gets the Sparks through the gates, later revealing they were almost banished after Essence made Dara upset. The group continues back towards the compound, but is separated along the way, finding themselves alone and cornered by a jabber.
Break me down, we keep fracturing, so you'll forget your place and never find grace. Fly me away before the clouds of pain, so we will lose our wings within the storm. Breathe me in, take what's left of me. I lose my mind to fate, I cannot disgrace. Heart beating hard, erase your belief. I will destroy what's left, no matter where. Keep with the tune, harmony, the shadow in this sea. Come to the page, the curtains rising soon.
Did everyone roll initiative?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for it really fast. Okay, 8, 5, 13, and what did you get, Theo?
21.
She was like, get out of there, guys!
We're trying, bud.
So, this thing kind of slowly slinks towards the four of you, down on all fours now at this point. And this very dark black fog kind of starts radiating out from it. I want you all to roll Constitution saves.
Uh-oh.
12.
Oh my god, I've been getting such bad rolls.
17. Your fucking Constitution save is plus 10.
15. What the
He has a feat
fuck?
for this.
Plus 10? Jesus!
Avayath's stats are crazy, I'm telling you guys.
You're like, I'm rolling horribly. I was like, you got a fucking 14. How'd you roll?
Okay, so Avayath and Theo, you are all poisoned until the end of your next turn. And you currently... Oh, you're not. You're good. You're fine.
You're fine.
Snap.
Fucking, there you go.
But Avayath, you feel like you cannot breathe. You start to feel like a little lightheaded, Theo, but it very quickly passes. But you do hear Avayath start to choke next to you.
Okay, yeah, Theo does like a little, like his pass out face from earlier, but then he shakes his head.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Theo's spark indicate it's that it's an effect in any like visible way, or is it just like does he glow at all, or do his veins like pulse, or is it just like...
It does not appear to have a physical effect that you can see, no.
Okay, I see.
Can Theo ever tell when it's in effect?
You cannot, no.
Okay, so Theo just is like, wow, something stinks.
You would just know because you've been poisoned with really intense things before and have survived, and people have been like, oh, that should kill you, and you're like, well, here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so poison means you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, Avayath.
Alright.
So that was a spell attack, was it?
It appears to have been something of that sort, yes.
Okay, damn.
And this black mist is still kind of filtering through the area. It still seems to be eyes trailed on Brandy.
This black mist, it was separating Shui from them.
No, it just seemed to have engulfed you as you had been walking around your group.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was trying to separate you, it just seemed like it was closing you off.
When Brandy tried to back up, it like stopped him?
Yes. So he tried to pull you farther back, and that was as far as he can go. You guys can still go in these trees. The mist, for purposes of mechanics, is at the edge of the forest that you can see on the map.
Well, it's Theo's turn. Clearly this thing is focused on Brandy. Theo will get out his, what is it? It's a longbow. And he'll be like, please just leave us alone. He will, I guess he'll shoot at it.
Okay.
Is this an aberration?
It is not.
Okay. Because that is the thing Theo can fight against. Okay, one shot is 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Second shot is 15 to hit.
That does hit.
Oh shit! So 7 damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he just kind of stands in front there. Even though he's very scared. He's just like, bitch, I want to go home. So that's his turn.
Alright. Brandy, it is your turn.
Hey, fool. Walks in front of Theo. Yeah? Alright, bud. He's going to charge forward. And as he gets up to him, fire 2 Eldritch blasts into this motherfucker's face.
Careful, Brandy.
Natural 20 on the first one,
Nice.
and 25 on the second one.
They both sure hit.
Yep, so that first one's gonna be 2d10 instead. First one does 11 damage. Second one does 9 damage. So 20 force damage altogether as he fires them both off into this thing.
Okay, gotcha. It does not look like those hits you have done much of anything to it. You see some of that black mist kind of clear from around it after you fired off at it, and it kind of like shakes its head a little bit, like its antlers just kind of waving back and forth, and it almost has this like ghosting effect when it shakes its head.
Don't like that.
Doing anything else on your turn?
No. Well, no. No, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just standing my ground, trying to keep its attention on me.
Oh, it seems very focused on you.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, I will actually do something else. I want it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So 9.
Haha! Okay. I cast Compelled Duel. So, one creature that I can see makes a wisdom save. On a fail, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, and must make a wisdom save each time it tries to move to a space more than 30 feet away from me.
How long does that last?
For up to a minute, it's concentration.
So that is in place now. Shui.
I'm here. Oh, it's my turn. I was like, yes. Shui's about to step forward and try to like attack this thing, but he sees Avayath kind of having trouble breathing. Well,
One thing I realized, actually, Avayath, I forgot, at 6th level, he gets an ability that adds +4 to bonus saves for him and all friendly creatures.
Ooh.
Is that active though?
Yeah, it's an aura. Paladins have like active auras that are just like that.
Okay, so he doesn't have to do anything? It's just active?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Paladins are fucked up in that way. Paladins are like really strong. What kind of paladin is he?
Oath of the Crown.
So I guess he coughed for a bit, and then like this radiant like energy light kind of just expanded off of him and just dispelled the mist around him before it seemed to have like a long-lasting effect. So he seems to be okay now.
so yeah, I guess as he's like recovering, Shui's just like, yeah, are you okay?
I'm fine. I got rid of it on my own.
Shui nods. I'm gonna go back Brandy up. Shui's going to run up here, and he's going to be like, what did you do to Master Libris?
It does not seem to look at you. It's still looking directly at Brandy.
What did you do?
Shui is going to attack this creature with his sword. This sword is not drawn.
Go for it.
I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3 plus 6, so it would be a 9. So that misses, but I get an extra attack, so I will take the extra attack. And I got a 15 plus 6. 21.
That does hit, yes.
Ooh, I rolled maximum damage. 11 damage. It's gonna be bludgeoning.
Gotcha. Yeah, you give it a good slice and you feel, or not slice, you give it a good thunk with your sheath sword, and you feel it kind of sink into its shoulder a bit when you hit it, before kind of like almost being expelled back out. And when it's expelled out, you see kind of like a bit of this black gunk on it kind of try and cling to your sword before it gets pulled away. And you hear your sword in your head just go, scary, scary!
Yeah. She's like, it's okay, I'm here.
You don't hear a response back after that. Just kind of like very quiet whimpering.
I will use my movement, the remaining bits, to move back over here inside Brandy.
Gotcha. And whose turn are we on now? Avayath.
Avayath will travel around behind. He will use Shield of Faith, add +2 to Brandy's AC.
Ooh. Thanks, partner.
And then he's just gonna, I think he's gonna reserve his spell slots, so he's just gonna normal swing. 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Second swing, 14 to hit.
The second one does not, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
You give it a solid smack in the back of its
Smack on the back.
back. Yeah, I was like the back of its back, I guess. And again, that same effect that Shui had, where pulling your blade away from it after you slash it, it's almost like strands of this black substance try and cling to it. It looks forward, and it looks at you, Brandy. It reaches forward with one of those claws of its, and it tries to hit you. I'm guessing A 12 won't hit you.
No.
Yeah, first hit misses, and then it leans forward after that to try and bite you.
Uh-oh.
Its beak almost separates in two down the middle as it leans forward. And that would be a 27, so I'm assuming that's gonna hit you.
Yeah, that kind of does a hit, for sure.
Alright, so hold on, I'm gonna roll the damage for that. It's easier to do with the dice roller.
Uh-oh. That's bad.
11.
Oh, what kind of damage?
Piercing. You also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. I need to make 2 then, because I need to keep concentration regardless. 11.
That fails. You are poisoned.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Avayath still within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
Then I add a +4 to that.
Oh yeah, Aura of Protection.
Yeah, so that would be a 15 for the poison save then.
Oh, then you're good.
Cool. That's Aura Protection, baby. It's very good.
Yeah, you again have that, like, as the mist kind of starts to swarm around you, and then Avayath just starts to glow brighter, and it kind of sweeps the mist away, and you see its head kind of swivel around to look at Avayath, and it's just kind of breathing heavily, and you can see its, like, beak going in and out and as it, like, is opening and closing it rapidly. And that is the end of its turn. Theo's upsetty.
Theo would go up here and do Hunter's Mark and say, "Stop attacking us! What do you want? You have to find yourself elsewhere. We're not what you need." Because that's what he's trying to get through in his head of, like, it's trying to find itself, even though it keeps looking at Brandy.
It seems to be kind of distorting the words that you just said and picking and choosing almost as it combines them, and still looking at Brandy as it speaks.
Find you.
Let us go! And he'll shoot. The first one is 14. Don't hit, I don't think. Second one is 24.
That does hit.
So is it below its hit point max?
It is.
So Hunter Conclave, Colossus Slayer. 1d8 damage of extra stuff. So 1d8 is his normal damage, plus 3. Plus Hunter Conclave. Plus
fucking
Hunter's Mark.
Damn.
Yeah, he thought about this. And that's 1d6. Okay.
So we're at 6, so 17 altogether.
Damn.
Good hit. And what were you firing at it with?
His longbow.
You hit it, and as you hit it, you kind of tink off one of its antlers, and it looks like a piece of it kind of falls off, and you see it kind of like writhing on the ground. Whips its head towards you at that. Is that the end of your turn?
He's just yelling at it to leave them alone. Leave Brandy alone!
It kind of shudders at that and looks towards Brandy, and its head kind of goes down, and it looks like it is just shivering, and you just hear a very soft,
Alone.
It's your turn.
Yeah. So this thing bit me real hard.
It did.
Brandy is... Anybody looking at him would notice his face is kind of like twitching almost, like he looks like he's trying not to get very mad right now, and he's doing his best, so he's keeping it together for now. But he is going to cast another 2 Eldritch Blasts at it. Nope, that one won't hit. 22 will, though.
That one does, yeah.
So one fucking flies off into the ether, but he blasts it for 8 force damage.
It looks like it gets a little bit smaller. Before it was about 10 feet tall. It looks like it's about 9 feet tall now after you hit it with that.
Get out of here.
As some of it kind of sloshes, like some of this black substance kind of sloshes off of it onto the ground. It doesn't look quite as murderous, I would describe it, as it did before. It seems more confused now, looking at you. But then it quickly snaps back and looks again very furious. And Shui, you are up if that is all you're doing, Brandy.
I'm gonna move over here, just to here. Or no, he's gonna move to here.
In front of Theo, gotcha.
Because he's just like this.
Brandy, I can't shoot it with you in front of me.
Well, then you're gonna move on your turn. I don't want you getting hurt.
I don't want you getting hurt.
Well, it's pretty focused on me, so...
I'll move right here so Theo can still shoot. Just a little out of the way.
Shui, it is your turn.
So, Shui is going to, I guess, move in to attack again. And, yeah, he's just like, we don't really want to hurt you. You can go. I will be rolling to attack it's a 21.
21, that does hit.
9 damage, bludgeoning. And then for the second attack, I roll. Ooh, that 20, look at this boy.
Ooh.
And yeah, after that first hit, I think he'll probably move about here. Does a flip over it. 14 plus 5.
So 19. Yeah, and you see it kind of still doesn't look super bad, honestly, but you see it kind of stagger a little bit, almost like what you said seemed to have confused it, and a few more bits of those antlers seem to fall off at that, and it's looking down at the ground and is just like,
don't really want to hurt you.
Shui looks to Avayath. Like, what do we do?
Well, it seems like it wants to hurt Brandy. We have to stop it. Let's just swing at him and divine smite his butt. Actually, I'll use a new move. I'll use Thunder Smite instead. So he runs his hand along his sword and electricity starts to form around his blade. Let's swing a ding ding. Swing in his shoulders. Bada bing for the first hit.
Hell yeah.
Bada
yeah.
bing for the second hit.
Okay, so how much damage?
For the first attack, for the second attack, and now for the thunder damage. Bam, 11 thunder damage.
Damn.
Okay, so that is 22 altogether.
That's 22 damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both of its antlers, actually, at that, just kind of slosh off of its head onto the ground and just kind of dissipate into into the mist. And it's kind of leaning forward, and you see it's still kind of shaking a little bit from before, from what it said when Shui had hit it. And it's leaning forward and kind of putting both hands on its chest, and looks like it's panting almost.
Hurt.
And it just leans over and it just lets out a terrifying wail that just fills this entire forest. I need everyone to make dex saves.
26.
You guys all get +4.
It doesn't fucking matter. I got a 9, baby.
God, yeah, Theo straight up has a 30 then.
And then Avayath, is that plus your 4?
Yeah, so it's just 14.
14. And then Zen, is that plus your 4?
Mm-hmm.
So 17. Okay, so only Theo succeeded.
Oh no!
Alright, so you all are going to take 15 damage, and then Theo, you take half of that. You three around you are pushed backwards 10 feet as it lets out this wail. Theo, you are staying in place. You only take 7 damage. 7, and it's psychic.
Avayath slams into a tree. Through the tree, actually.
Oh my gosh, I love to picture that everyone goes flying and Theo just has his legs planted into the ground.
It is still howling right now with its arms on the ground, sort of just wailing.
Oh, and I want to use my reaction to make it take all that back in necrotic.
Okay, you're using your spark.
Plus my level.
It wails even louder at that. So 15 plus your level. What are your level?
6.
So 21
it takes
altogether?
21 necrotic altogether.
Yeah, it does not seem happy with that, wailing even more.
Yeah, you just watch his hand reach out and shadows just grasp it as it screams.
Theo has his hands over his ears for a bit before shakily aiming once more. Is it his turn now?
It is your turn.
He's like, if you're hurting so much, then leave us be. He will attempt to hit. 21. Ho ho ho.
That does hit.
Okay, so with that, I want to do the 1d8 just in case I don't hit next time. Okay, so
17.
17, yeah.
So 17 altogether? Gotcha.
Okay, so that's one arrow, and then another one. 21! Alright, so 12.
12. It looks pretty bad after that, actually. You have bloodied it.
But yeah, Theo had said, if you're hurting so much, just leave us be.
It's still shaking a little bit at that, and as you're looking at it, from where those antlers have fallen off, you see very slowly, and it looks incredibly painful, these 4 horns just start to press out from it.
Are they growing?
It looks, like they're coming out of its head. And you see more of that black substance kind of leaking off of it.
Leave us!
No, Brandy's gonna lose it. Yeah, that pissed him off. He's gonna enter a blood rage for his warlock thing. So as a bonus action, now that he's taken damage, he enters a rage. He gets resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, plus advantage on strength checks and saves, and a +3 to melee damage for 1 minute. Can't use spells during this, and if he's healed, he goes out of it. So, with that, with this sword next to him, he just kind of looks at this thing, eyes are just completely gloss over at this point, and he fucking charges it with his sword. Please don't miss, boy. Fuck! That's not enough.
You miss, and it kind of pulls back at that. Still lets out a little shriek at that.
Brandy is fuming, heaving. and angry.
It seems to be looking at you, still very mad and upset. It seems to be flickering in and out between a state of confusion and a state of rage.
Leave.
It seems to be really straining right now as it's speaking, and that beak just falls right off of its face, and you see just a mouth underneath and looking at you with those bright white eyes, and you just hear,
Look like you?
and that's it.
Don't like it.
Shui's like, now's your chance. You can go.
It seems very confused by that statement.
Shui looks at Brandy. He looks kind of scary.
Oh yeah, Brandy is fucking fuming. His eyes are like completely glazed over. Looks furious.
Brandy, you have to calm down. And Shui is going to bonus action Bardic Inspiration on Avayath. And Shui will move about this far. He's kind of looking at the thing. He's just going to take a defensive stance. He won't attack this turn.
Okay. Avayath, it's your turn.
So now I know Avayath can do more damage. So he's going to do more damage. He's going to say, it's time to end this. And he runs up, does Divine Favor to add 1d4 radiant damage to his attacks. And he's going to Divine Smite both of his attacks.
If you say beforehand, that means you have to do it. You can choose to Divine Smite afterwards, after you see if the attack hits.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to Divine Smite if they don't hit. I'm going to do Takesies Backsies if it doesn't hit.
Just kidding. Oh, gotcha.
Not time to finish this. First attack. Oh,
See, that's why.
Takesies Backsies.
Oh.
One Divine Smite.
You can add a d6 to your first attack if you would
It won't.
like to.
That
It
won't
won't
matter.
I'm like,
anymore.
but I was like, but you got an 8, so.
The second one will hit, though.
Weapon attack number 1. Oh, that's the only weapon attack, that's right. But then I can roll the additional d4 for his Divine Favor. So that's 7 plus 2, and then his Divine Smite, which will do a boatload. 3d8, I believe, right? Oh, not great rolls.
So what was it altogether?
9 radiant damage, 7 damage.
So 16 altogether.
Yeah.
It looks like it takes that, and as it's standing there, you see it's evened out to looks to be about 6 feet tall, kind of standing there in front of you. And as more of this substance kind of sloshes off of it, you start to see something kind of more humanoid take shape underneath it. You see this person standing underneath with those 4 horns coming out of their head. Very pale skin, dark black scleras with these bright blue eyes staring out, seeming very confused and shaken by their surroundings and just very clearly not sure exactly where they are, and they're staring at Brandy.
Ooh, spooky.
I don't know, but you're attacking us.
It kind of just stands there and looks very confused still and still looking between all of you, and it starts to back away. So you can roll opportunity if you want, Brandy.
I'll roll, you know what, he's in a angry state. I'll roll a d20 on a fucking 10 or lower, he'll attack. On a 11 or higher, he won't. Well, nope, he's gonna swing.
Okay.
Brandy, wait!
Well, God damn
Yep.
it. Yeah, okay, so 14.
That's the damage, right?
That's the damage.
Okay, yeah. It looks like they take this and kind of stagger back a little bit and look up and look immediately angry again at you.
Left us.
I'm gonna roll another thing real quick, because he could do something fucked up. So I'm gonna do the same shit.
Okay.
No, fuck! Okay, yeah, he's gonna use his other 6th level ability, Arcane Tactics, which means he's gonna do something similar to what Avayath does. Because he hit with a melee attack, he can use essentially what a Divine Smite is, expending his Warlock spell slot to do either Radiant or Necrotic damage. He's gonna do Radiant.
If he did necrotic, Avayath would have.
Avayath would be like, time to kill you.
So it's an additional 9 Radiant damage on top of it.
Okay, you hear it kind of like hiss at that almost, and the black mist that's around it quickly engulfs it all the way again, and it shakes its head as, again, that creature kind of starts to form in front of you.
Shui's like, no.
Brandy, stop!
And it kind of looks around, looks very upset again, but just as quickly just seems to vanish into the mist and goes away. And you are now all out of combat. Brandy,
Yeah.
I need you to roll me a wisdom save real fast.
Haha, got bad. Here we go.
You can get +4.
14 and +4. That would make it an 18.
Alright, so you're only going to take half damage from this as
Cool.
you all see Brandy's brands or his markings just suddenly glow vibrantly.
Oh, yeah. Here they come.
Brandy?
Half damage from that.
Oof. Yeah, so 9 altogether. You just see him like, "Ugh," as he like hits the ground.
Theo goes up to Brandy quickly and casts Cure Wounds. Damn. 3.
Thanks, Theo. His rage stops at that, but I don't know if the burning stops.
It looks like it kind of is flickering in and out for a few instances before it dies down.
Brandy, are you? He'll actually cast it again, but at a higher level. Alright. 8. Are you okay? You really freaked out there. Are you alright?
What happened?
The thing, the creature, it turned into someone.
There was a person in there.
Kind of like gripping at his head. He's bloodied at this point for sure, still, even with the healing.
Oh, Brandy. He's gonna cure wounds again at level 2.
Why was there a person under there?
That's the folklore, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. You heal for 8.
He looks not bloody anymore.
Okay, that's good. How are you feeling? It really focused on you.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm happy it did, because otherwise, some of the shit it was doing to me was pretty rough. Ugh, fuck.
How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
Theo pouts.
You hear some commotion from up in the forest and was just like, how did we lose 4 people? And just like as Libris kind of parts the branches and comes through and sees you all clearly like battered from a battle. And she's like, oh, are you all okay?
No! This is why we weren't supposed to go out!
She starts a little bit at that. I thought you were right behind me.
That creature attacked us.
I thought you were right behind me. I'm sorry.
We warned you about this. Why aren't any of you fucking listening to us?
Shui is probably like staring at the ground. He's probably feeling guilty, maybe ashamed, because like he knows Brandy's right, but at the same time, he doesn't like necessarily the way he's speaking to Libris.
No, that's absolutely fair. He's fucking furious.
Yeah, Avayath actually doesn't like it either, and he would speak up.
You see she kind of has like the startings of tears in her eyes, and she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought if you just stayed next to me, it would be okay.
And also, after seeing what Brandy did, Shui's kind of afraid, just a little bit.
Brandy, go easy on her.
I know it's not her fault. But it's hard not to get upset when we were warning you about this. This exact thing.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It's not your fault. It's just upsetting. I'm sorry. I raised my voice.
You're okay. You have a right to be upset. I thought I could keep you safe, but I guess I didn't do a very good job.
It's not your fault. We'll stay closer next time. Just please, in the future, take our concerns a little more seriously.
Tight nod.
Because I was doing a lot worse than I look right now, and it could have happened to any of these people. We're lucky it went after me.
We won't have you guys leave the compound anymore. I'm sorry. We'll keep to Estel's rules.
Theo will grab onto Brandy's arm in comfort.
Well, look on the bright side. We're all safe and sound. Of course, this is a serious matter, and we do have to talk about it, but let's cool our heads at least for a little bit.
Libris comes closer to you, Brandy, and is like, "You look hurt. Are you?"
I'm fine.
"Can I
I'll
help?"
be fine. You don't need to do that.
"I want to help."
I don't need any more help. I'm fine. Thank you.
"Okay." And she pulls away. And just quietly starts to lead you all back to the camp.
Follows. Further behind than everybody else.
Shui will also quietly follow.
Theo stays at Brandy's side, and since Brandy is in the back, Theo will kind of whisper to him, "Sorry, I didn't do a better job of making sure you didn't get hurt."
No, it's not your fault. I prefer it attack me than you.
Still, though.
No, that was honestly the best outcome. It could have been.
Well, I don't like seeing you get hurt.
Well, it's better than anyone else. I got tough skin.
Theo turns his head a little away and gives his arm a squeeze.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you guys all eventually make it back to camp, and Libris looks at you all and she's like, "I sent the other sparks inside already when I went back to try and find you all. I already told you, you have this week to train as much as you would like before the finals."
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I was angry with you. I didn't mean to let myself lose my temper. It happens sometimes.
It's okay. I'm used to people being upset with me.
Well, I don't want to be that person. So, again, I'm very sorry.
If you want to talk to me, I'll be in my cabin. I'm going to leave you all, though, for the night. Do you want me to send Angevin to tend to your wounds?
No, I'm fine. I'll sleep it off.
Brandy, I mean...
I'm fine. Really.
Tight-lipped, not smile.
Frown.
Not a frown either.
Tight lip.
Just tight
like
lips.
tight-lipped, flat.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the offer.
It's the same offer for any of you. If you would like some healing, I can just...
No, I barely got hurt.
Okay. Sorry again. Good night.
Good night, Libris.
Gives a tiny bow before very quickly walking off.
Nods and heads to cabin.
Yep. Still with Brandy.
Shui watches them go, and he kind of grabs his sword, and as he's looking after Brandy, he's addressing his sword. He's like, "You're right. That was scary."
Scary.
And he's just kind of looking at after Brandy. Is Avayath still there? Or did he already go back?
Avayath is still there.
Well then, Shui will speak to Avayath now. I've never seen someone get so angry. I don't know how I should act, because, and then he kind of clenches his fist a little bit. Brandy says he's sorry, but I don't think all of what he said was right.
I don't either, but I think it's best to remain calm and let this whole thing blow over. We don't need to cause panic over this. I think Brandy will get over it in due time.
Shui nods, and he's like, "Brandy Brandy's a good person. Right?
Avayath's gonna not say the nicest thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's him. He's gonna be like, I would like to believe so, yes.
Shui nods again. Because he listens to Avayath. And so that does inspire some confidence. Oh, about what time is it?
You guys went out at about midnight, so it's probably like 3 or 4 a.m. at this point.
Ooh, they're staying up real late.
Probably later. Probably like 5 a.m.
Fuck the... Shui says, I'm tired. He says, but does he sleep? No, I think he trances, right?
No, half-elf sleep.
Yeah, half-elf
Oh,
sleep.
he sleeps. Okay, he sleeps. He says, I'm tired. Let's go back to the cabin.
We should get some rest, yes, but I think I'll check up on Libris first real quick.
He looks at Avayath, and he's like, you're a good person too, Yaya.
Thank you. Glad to hear that. He looks surprisingly flattered.
Shui smiles at him, and then starts to go back to the cabin.
So you go and approach Libris's cabin. And approaching, you hear 2 voices coming from inside.
I don't think he's gonna listen in. He's the type to just barge in. He just barges in.
Yeah, you go up. You don't knock. You just...
Maybe he'll knock
Okay.
at least since it's 5
Yeah,
a.m.
you knock, and you hear some rustling on the other side. And Wynn is the one who actually opens the door and is like, oh, hey, sorry, I was just stopping by. You guys were gone for a long time. And you see over his shoulder, Libris is kind of turning away from you. Looks like she's wiping at her face.
Sorry, just came up here to check up on Libris.
She turns back to you, big smile on her face, and just like, oh, Wynn just came to see how our training went, and I was telling him about the keep. He hasn't gone before.
Oh, well, the training itself was fantastic.
I'm glad.
It was very exciting. I wanted to check up on you, Libris. You sure you're doing alright?
Yes, it was just a slip in my judgment. I got too excited about showing you that, and perhaps I put your safety at risk because of it.
It's quite alright, Libris. You don't need to worry about that. We're all competent fighters. We're all capable of protecting one another.
Did something happen?
We were attacked by that thing that we thought was a bear earlier.
Oh, the thing I was putting words up for.
Yeah, Brandy got injured quite badly, but...
Oh, does he need a medic? I can... And Libris puts up a hand. It's just like, I already offered. They said they just wanted time alone.
Theo's already healing him up, so he's alright.
Okay.
I just wanted to assure you, Libris, that if anything goes wrong, I'll be sure to handle it. Everything will be A-okay.
She gives you a smile and a nod, and it's just like, that's good to know. I am a mentor, though. We're supposed to be more capable than this.
Perhaps, but, you know, mentors are human too. Everyone will have things that they don't see coming, but that's not a bad thing.
Roll an insight check.
Alright. Did she see it fucking coming?
Libris sees everything coming.
She knew. It was part of the test. 7.
No, you don't notice anything. She just, again, smiles tighter and gives a nod, and it's just like, yes, of course.
Today's training was great, and it's 5 a.m., so I got to go to bed, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good night's sleep, Avayath.
You too.
Thanks for stopping by.
He nods, and he leaves.
Any other scenes before you guys go to bed?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, as we go to the cabin, Theo's just very upsetty. So they enter the cabin. Yeah, he kind of probably looks in thought for a bit, and he'll actually probably, first of all, what does Brandy do when he gets back?
Hits the bed immediately. Like, turned away from everyone.
Damn. Alright. Theo will pace a little bit, probably, and then he'll probably sit on the edge of Brandy's bed and sort of, it's gonna be awkward, but he kind of wants to hug him. So, like, if you can imagine him, like, leaning over from the side of the bed, like, to hug his shoulders, basically.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
He definitely flinches.
Sorry, did that hurt?
No, you're fine. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry.
You're fine.
It was just, scary seeing you get hurt like that by something that wasn't like training or, you know.
Yeah, I'm alright.
Right, but then your poor markings, though.
Well, we know what they do now, I guess.
Yeah. How do we get rid of them? I don't like it.
I don't know about getting rid of them. I don't think they're a bad thing at all.
No. They're bad. They hurt you.
If I'm gonna snap like that, I'd prefer to keep them. Keep me in line.
You were being attacked, Brandy. I think it's...
I attacked it when it was trying to run. Because I couldn't keep it together.
That doesn't mean you have to get burned.
I think I'm gonna keep them for now. I don't want to look into getting rid of them yet.
Okay. Well, I'll be here when you need me, okay? If you want more healing, I have more.
I appreciate it, partner.
He gives his shoulders a squeeze again. Well, sleep well, Brandy.
You too. I'll see you tomorrow.
He sighs and he'll get up and climb up to his bunk.
When Shui gets in there, does it appear that Brandy is asleep?
His back is turned, so I mean, it's hard to tell.
Well, then Shui will say this interaction for the morning. What I think would be better anyway.
Okay.
But he goes in, sees Theo in bed, sees Brandy in bed. He kind of looks at Brandy for a while from the doorway before he goes ahead and retires to bed.
Avayath is going to try to sneak in to avoid waking anybody up.
Do you want to roll stealth for that?
A 6.
That's literally what happened in the fucking beginning of the session.
Clink, clank, clink, clank.
Brandy fucking jumps when he hears Avayath enter.
Sorry. A little loud.
You're fine. Sorry.
Closes the door and it creaks as it closes, not quietly at all.
I feel like he'd be quieter if you walked normally.
Like the way in which he sneaks, he's like moving his foot slowly at first, but then his foot like stomps the ground because it's too heavy for him.
Just walk to your damn bed.
You need to oil your armor.
Alright, and you guys all start to go to sleep. And Brandy, as you are starting to drift into unconsciousness, you hear just slightly, almost so you're not even sure if you hear it as you're going to sleep, just a voice in your head.
You're still in Act 1. Do better, though.
I'm trying.
I'm here crying out for you, so you'll find me at last and wipe away our past. Even now, falling towards something beyond this new script. The show starts with us.